Excuse me, my God. What's up, Red? I like that chair. Number one, Mihile. Getting close to 270. I would imagine so. Especially after seeing the rates that other classes get. I don't know how you could do it, to be honest. Yeah, definitely. If you like the class enough, the rates themselves aren't really a big factor. Just means it takes longer. I don't really know what my goal is for this character level-wise. I'm not sure what's realistic for Liberation. If I'm going to need to get to 270 or what exactly I'm going to need to do. But it shouldn't be too bad now. Now that I have Infinite Fire Starter. Short-term goal right now is 250. $55K stat for 275. All right. So I'm more than likely going to have to get to 275, which is, you know, I'll be able to do it, I'm sure. I currently have 21K stat, so I'm thinking if I can sell this Hyper Teleport Rock, I'll probably be able to, like, pretty easily get to 30K stat, if not more. And then I'll have a lot more bosses unlocked. Nobody in regular servers is 275 because nobody plays Mihile. Yeah. It's gonna take a while for sure, but it's not like an impossible goal. I guess I'll just shoot for 275 then. That'll be my my level goal for this character. Damn, that's a good helmet. Gonna probably ask for a Celis rotation later today, whenever I get to 240. Cast the skill Royal Guard. Look, I'm using it. No problem, dude. Best skill in the game. Yeah, I'm almost 240. I'll very easily get that today. But I got so many 2x coupons from Marvel, I'm going to be able to grind for like the next 2 weeks without buying any 2x cards. Well, until I get to 250 at least. I do actually think this is one of the maps that benefits a lot from Royal Guard in terms of mobbing. I'm just not in the habit of using Royal Guard to grind, as you can see by a lot of mistimed casts. Old Kish, how long ago were you training here? Because I know you've been 275 for a long time. 275 plus, at least. Oh, wow. So that would have been like... well, I'm thinking KMS time. I think KMS was like late 2018 when they changed the level cap to 275, so it would have been like mid-2019 for us. I used to be so against playing Kana back then. January 2019? Yeah, probably. Somewhere around that time. It's a lot easier to throw in Royal Guard now that the animation's a little faster. I guess like the end lag, or however you would describe it. I used to never use Royal Guard for grinding. I would just go to maps that would not benefit from it and probably get less experience overall for that, but Oh yeah, it feels so nice now. This definitely will increase my kills per hour using Royal Guard. Especially with Frenzy Spawn. Jesus. I can't believe how few Mihiles there are outside of Reboot. It's kind of fucking crazy. But honestly, you have a hard time finding anything that's not a Night Lord or a Kana or a Hero or a Dell. People don't like to play the unpopular classes outside of Reboot, I've noticed. Yeah, why bother when you could have really high numbers and play easy class? I mean, it makes sense to a certain degree. Yeah, Mihile's gotten a lot better recently. And I think that kind of just left a sour taste in people's mouths, and they just don't even think about Mihile anymore as a class, which is kind of understandable. Light Force Ray has proven to be a really, really good addition, though, I've noticed. I really like that skill. But it still kind of feels like Mihile's burst is kind of weak. I've been trying to clear Damien. I'm getting really close to soloing him. But it's so hard to pin him down for a long enough time to do consistent damage. And burst not being as strong as other classes makes it really hard for me to like even get close to killing him. One hit KO Infernal Wolf? Are you serious? Holy shit. My full 30-second burst does like maybe 15% damage to Infernal Wolf. Damn, that sucks, dude. They fix something and it makes Mihile worse. The best experience I had on in Damien was on my Cannon Master. The amount of mobility that Cannon Master has, plus just the like consistently decent damage that they do, made Damien such a nice fight for Cannon Master. But those are the only two characters I've really done it on, Mihile and Cannon Master. Lucid is, or not Lucid, Lotus is stupid easy on Mihile. I've been clearing that boss for weeks. Brain is off in Lotus. Yep. It's pretty nice. Especially because you can pretty much constantly attack him. There's no need to like rely so heavily on burst. It's perfect Mihile boss. I am gonna start doing Lucid sometime soon. I only have 21k stat right now, but I am gonna start. I got a permanent Hyper Telerock from Marvel that I'm trying to sell, and I'm gonna use the money from that to get a bunch of upgrades. And then hopefully, I don't know what kind of stat you need to solo normal Lucid, but at the very least I'll be able to actually participate in parties. Then from there, I guess Will would be the next boss after that, but I don't even know anything about Will. Nah, they come back in Marvel at least. I don't know if they show up in Philosopher books or not. But yeah, back before I switched to Bera, I thought it was like a one-time thing, and they were just gonna continually go up in price because they were increasingly rare. But they're still pretty valuable. I mean, like, I have mine up in the auction house for 100 bill right now, and there was one that sold a few months ago for that price. So I might have to wait a while to sell it, but it should be some really nice gains once I actually do. Oh, see? There goes my brain turning off, not using Royal Guard. I can't wait till we get the update that shows the number of kills that you get on battle analysis. It's gonna be so nice. That's the thing with Nexon nowadays, though. They're finally adding the things that should have been in the game for the past, like, 8 years, probably. And here we are praising them for adding basic functionality that any other game would have added day one. At least we're getting something, right? It's better than them just giving us nothing. But just because it's better than bad doesn't mean... Wait, what am I trying to say? Oh, whatever. There's still nothing at the end? What do you mean? Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I see. I get what you mean, yeah. Have you liberated yet? Last I heard, this would have been almost a year ago now. Last I heard, I think you were still trying to clear Black Mage. Dude, you liberated yesterday? Really? Holy shit, congrats. That's awesome. What the fuck? That's really cool. Does that make you the first Mihile to do it? I would assume so. In GMS, yeah. That's fucking cool, dude. My end goal is liberation for this character. Once I liberate in however long it takes, I'm gonna probably retire this character. Because as much as I like Mihile, I can't see myself playing it beyond, like, 275. Well, it's good to know that someone in GMS has actually done it. Now it feels like less of an impossible goal. I saw KMS players clear Saren a few days ago. I think Saren doesn't actually seem like it's that difficult of a boss. It's just what is it called? The authentic force. The authentic force required was so high and nobody had it for a while. The only reason to go beyond 275 is to flex, basically, at this point. I guess that kind of explains why Munchie hasn't been playing much. Because he has 3 275s, and it's not really a whole lot of reason to grind on them. Sacred Force, right. It's called Sacred Force in GMS. I mean, it seems like it's pretty decent for grinding. I usually don't use it, but on this map specifically, where the monsters are like high up and you really have to. Yeah. That's basically what I'm saying. Radiant Soul has a good upward reach, and those monsters being so high up, it actually is just really nice on this map. Most of the time, I'll just pop it for the elite so I can one-shot them, and then go back to using Radiant Cross. This map's an exception. So you can tell I'm not in the habit of using Royal Guard to grind with. My meso rates are going to be absolute garbage. Because I took off all of my meso gear and gave it to my Nightwalker. I think I got like 30 mil this hour, which is just so low. Alright, dude. Good to see you. Grats on liberating. Thank you, thank you. $34 million mesos an hour. That's so garbage. Wait a minute, is my... Yeah, I got all my EXP buffs on. Oh, hold on. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to deal with Legion Grid right now. Oh, I don't have MVP buff. I haven't been using MVP buff. That would explain why my EXP is a little low. Also need my 2x cards. Okay. I like to keep my inventory compact like this when I'm grinding. It's kind of a habit, but I also like to just watch my mesos go up. Though it doesn't really like matter because I'm only getting 34 mil an hour right now. I usually, it's a habit. I usually do this to watch my mesos go up, basically, is the short answer. Yeah, YouTuber stuff. Yep, exactly. It's easier. It's a nice little thing to show when I'm on my progression series, when I'm doing my grinding montages. Yeah. Outside of this, I use normal expanded inventory. Oh, hey, thanks for the follow. Hey, yo. Classes you want to main, but you don't have the meso for it. Well, usually the answer to a lack of mesos in Reboot is to make a farming character. It can be really hard to fund yourself in Reboot without a Kana. Or if you do Maple Tour is a good way to get yourself started. If you're willing to put in some money to Maple Points, you could do Maple Tour, but I mean, early Reboot is a big struggle, regardless. Honestly, that's part of the reason I stopped playing Reboot. Yeah, I'm not the person to ask about meso making in Reboot because that's kind of the reason I stopped playing Reboot, unfortunately. Making mesos in Reboot can be a huge pain in the ass, as you know. Plus, if you have 6K Legion, I imagine you're pretty familiar with Reboot as a whole. Pathfinder and Dawn Warrior, both classes are really good. It depends. Well, first of all, ping is going to be a concern because Dawn Warrior is still server side with this stance switching. I don't think they changed it. I think that's still the case. So that's one thing to consider. Okay, well, if you have consistently good ping, then it shouldn't be too bad. I don't know. Those classes are both pretty good. I think people generally see Pathfinder is more popular, definitely. Honestly, I don't know a lot about Pathfinder. I only know about Dawn Warrior because I played one for a little while. I think Dawn Warrior is really fun. Pathfinder, I don't enjoy personally, but I know that they're strong. I don't know. That's a weird one. Those are both classes that are just like, they're both really good. It'd be hard to choose one of them. For me, it would be Dawn Warrior. I would choose Dawn Warrior every time, but that's just me. Dawn Warrior's bossing is... It's like unique. I don't know if easy is the word I would use. Okay, if we're talking ease of bossing, Pathfinder more than likely will win that. Dawn Warrior requires a little bit of quite a bit more positional management. I'm like speech jamming myself watching this video. Let me stop stuttering so much. Okay, so Dawn Warrior requires a lot of positional management because you end up getting stuck in the air for a decent bit of your time attacking. Their burst is pretty solid. Their survivability is okay. They have a decent iframe. But like I said, I don't know much about Pathfinder, so I actually can only provide insight from the Dawn Warrior perspective. I think Dawn Warrior is a pretty good class. I don't know. It's hard to say. I really wish I could provide a more definitive answer, but it's just a lot of I don't know. Oh yeah, their damage is fine. Their damage is pretty good. I think Pathfinder's gonna win in terms of damage, but Dawn Warrior is definitely no pushover. We're not talking like, it's definitely not like Paladin or what else is low on the damage charts. I say it's probably mid-tier as far as damage goes. You won't have any trouble clearing bosses due to lack of damage or anything like that. Like, as long as your character is funded and everything and at the reasonable stat level, it'll be not that hard to clear bosses. I think bossing on Dawn Warrior is actually really fun, to be honest. They've got such a unique style, unique gameplay and everything. Yeah, I think Pathfinder will have the better farming. I was going to say that, but I wasn't actually 100% sure. But if we're talking like consistently, Pathfinder's basic mobbing skill is so freaking good. They will definitely be the better farmer for sure. That's guaranteed. I mean, there's a reason Pathfinder is so popular, you know? It's a really solid class all around. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, if your concern is making money, it might be better to just go Pathfinder. Because your rates farming will be really good pretty much always. Yeah, that honestly, that seems like a good idea. Dawn Warrior is like a side character is definitely what I would recommend for you, I think. Particularly given the fact that you're struggling to make mesos, and Pathfinder's generally regarded as a decent farmer. Hell yeah. Sounds good, dude. I hope it works out well for you. Like I said, making mesos in Reboot is a pain in the ass. You hate Kana? Dude, I know that feel. I know that feel so well. I could not stand playing Kana. I would just refuse to make one. And most of my mesos would come from Mapletor. Yeah, regular server is kind of a drain on the old wallet. A month of, oh, God. I am so tired, excuse me. A month of Hyper Teleport Rock in regular server is $10. And the less EXP thing is actually a non-factor in regular servers. It's actually faster for a large portion of the game. And then once you get to Cernium and Hotel Arcs, it's faster again because of the fact that it's so easy to one-shot compared to Reboot and Frenzy service. Frenzy Totem spawn makes it kind of absolutely insane. That's why the top people that you'll see are all in regular servers right now, because they were able to one-shot Hotel Arcs faster than Reboot characters, and they have Frenzy. But hey, if you don't like reg server, you don't like reg server. You know, I'm not gonna try to convince you that one's better than the other. It depends on the person and their situation, what they enjoy doing. One of my friends just enjoys playing playing Reboot because she likes to get all her stuff herself. She likes the feeling of the solo progression, you know? That's her thing. She's got plenty of money. She could whale in regular servers if she wanted to, but she, you know, it's for her, it's Reboot's her thing, so respect for that. Respect for people who want to play whatever server they want to play. But I will say, if you're not having a good time in your server, maybe it's time to shake things up and see what it's like in another server, you know? Reboot and regular servers are so very different that it's kind of a different game. But as long as you're happy in your server, hey, more power to you. Reg server was the right choice for me, personally. But I'm all about people just playing whatever they enjoy the most. That's kind of the point of this game, right? So... Hell yeah, man. Reboot's the server for a lot of people. There's good reason why. I know when I played Reboot, it was really stressful and unenjoyable for me after a certain point. But, you know, that's just my experience. So switching to Rig was the right decision for me. Oh, look at that, we got a symbol. Have you guys had an influx of Dutch players? Because I know that they've kind of screwed over Dutch players in regular servers recently with their trade restrictions. I do remember one of the problems I had with Reboot was oh god, what's the word I'm looking for? The server size was so large, there were so many people playing that it was hard to find maps sometimes. Oh yeah, Copperson switched to Reboot a few months ago at this point. I remember somebody in my chat mentioned that a while ago. It was a good decision on his part, because wow, they really screwed over the Dutch players. Yeah, he's been doing the grind to 8K Legion, I think. I see a lot of videos from him where he's grinding characters to 200. Pretty interesting idea for a series. Kind of wish I had thought of it. It would have been a lot easier to produce than a super long form progression series, which is what I'm currently doing on YouTube. My Bera Legion is stronger than my Reboot Legion already, and it's lower level too. My Bera Legion is like 5.5k with 240 million damage, and my reboot one is like 6k something around 6k with like 150 million damage. It's amazing how much of a difference Star Force can actually make. Since I pretty heavily funded all of my Bera Legion mules so I could have high Star Force. Definitely worth the investment. I do colics today? Yeah, I did. Reset is happening in 30 minutes. I'm probably gonna grind for another hour after this hour's over, so one more hour, and then take a break, come back, do dailies and stuff. Ooh, dude, emblems can really suck for cubing. But you just go straight for the reds? I usually, when I was in Reboot, I would do Master Craftsman's to Unique, because they were cheaper. I'm not sure how the numbers work out in terms of price for the average tier up with Master Craftsman's cubes versus red cubes, but yeah. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I used to always go for reds as well. Unless I had something that I really wanted to keep, I used to always go for reds because I liked having more chances to re-roll. Good luck, dude. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's a pretty solid placeholder potential for an emblem. That's actually quite similar to what I had on my emblem, I think. For a while I had, like, 6% damage. Was it 9% damage? Dude, I don't even remember, actually, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's solid. Yeah, that's good. You could hold on to that for quite a while, actually. Yeah, for sure. Bounty Hunter, Portal. Oh, another Stormwing. Alright, one more hour of Frenzy, and then I am going to take a break. That's not what I was trying to type. Oh, Burning Stage 8? How about Burning Stage 10? That sounds nice. That sounds way better, actually. It's so crazy that I got this ring. Thank you, by the way. I am extremely lucky. It was the one thing that I was doing Marvel for in the first place, and I got it. Like, the chances of me actually getting it are so insanely low, and I managed to get it on my first Marvel run. So I am insanely happy about that. It means that at this point there really is no huge expense that I need to there's nothing big and expensive that I really need to buy from the auction house or anything at this point, or from other players, which I was kind of really against buying this ring from other players because I didn't want a real world trade. Even though it doesn't seem like Nexon really punishes that. I like to avoid that regardless. So overall, I'm just really happy I got that. I think the next thing I want to get is another Battleroid and then a Vac Pet for my Angelic Buster, which will be my future main once I'm done with my Mihile. Ever since I switched to Bera, I've had such good luck with gambling in this game. I got a vac pet within 2 fuses. Then I got this fire starter ring and a permanent hyper teleport rock from $500 on Marvel. So I made way more than what I put in. I made well over $500 from that. Your guild leader's an Angelic Buster? That's cool. Angelic Buster is... Angelic Buster was my main back before Reboot came out. So after Angelic Buster was released and before Reboot came out. I don't really know, but I really like her. She's fun. Her voice lines are cute. I legitimately could listen to her voice lines on repeat all day. And her bossing is really fun. Her grinding is good. Overall, a really solid class. And I couldn't enjoy it in Reboot because the orbs that fly around when you attack, I wasn't able to one-shot with those because monsters in Reboot have such high health. But in regular servers, I'll be able to do a lot more with them. I'm looking forward to playing Angelic Buster eventually. I mean, obviously, I still like my Mihile a lot and want to get it to 275, which is the long-term goal. But definitely for a character that I'm getting to, like, if I was to get a character to 300, it would definitely be Angelic Buster. That's still probably at least a few months off, though, before I even switch to AB. So I'm hoping by the time I switch, we have cash shop inventories shared between all classes. So that would be nice because then I could transfer my vac pet, my fire starter, you know, that stuff. Hopefully a Ring of Torment. I'm kind of looking to get one of those, but I don't know. I found out they're not really as good as I thought they were last night. Thank you, thank you. I think it'll be fun. I guess I just have a thing for gender-locked classes. Since I'm pretty sure Mihile and Angelic Buster are the only 2 that are gender-locked, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, true. Zero, kind of, actually. Man, I wish they would do that with more characters. I really like the fact that you have a male and female character when you play Zero. I always thought that was so cool. I don't enjoy Zero as a class at all. Its gameplay doesn't resonate with me. Hey, Mira. Thought Kaiser was Angelic Buster, I think is what I was going to say. Yeah, Kaiser... I mean, obviously you know of my bad experience with Kaiser from a while ago. I think that would have been over a year ago, wouldn't it? Anyway. I don't like female Kaiser's voice lines as much as I like Angelic Buster's. I don't know if I could ever play a Kaiser again. Maybe I could. It's just if I'm going to play a character that long, I kind of want to, like, enjoy pretty much every aspect of the class. like how I enjoy pretty much every aspect of Mihile. But yeah, I think I thought Kaiser was gender locked for a long time too, actually. But nope. Plus, also have to consider that nowadays gender locking in MapleStory kind of doesn't matter that much. Because you can cross-dress so freely. You should, it will make it nicer. Wait, what are you talking about? I totally am not following. I say so many things, I don't know. I can't keep track of every single word that comes out of my mouth. Oh, yeah. You should enjoy every... Yep. Pretty much. There are definitely some things that you should be willing to sacrifice. You know, you shouldn't be looking for the perfect, flawless class. As I've learned from many years of searching for a main. There are definitely some things that you should be willing to give up. Like, Mihile's grinding is pretty bad. It's, the rates that you get on a Mihile are not great. And that's the one thing about the class that I don't really like. But everything else about it, I think, is amazing. And even considering the fact that the rates are low, I still like grinding on this character. It's very simple, straightforward, jump around, use Royal Guard, easy. Yeah, it's compromises, basically. I would love to make a video about this because I feel like people don't articulate this concept very well in their videos about choosing a main class. It's like there's kind of there's a huge level of personal preference, obviously, but there's also some level of like objectivity behind it. Like people sometimes, I think people look for the perfect class, and I know that happens because I spent a long time doing that, and I've heard a lot of other people doing that. I don't know, maybe I'll make a video about it at some point. I have a lot of video ideas that have never come to fruition. Mihile 5th job? Yeah, Mihile's 5th job is pretty cool. It's kind of weird that the only time you get decent burst on a Mihile is after you get to 5th job. I mean, it doesn't really matter because you don't really do a whole lot before that, but... Yeah, oh, that would be so good, dude, if they did that. That would be so incredible if they did that. So awesome if they gave Mihile's 5th matrix skill, 5th V matrix skill a like mobbing capabilities. Ugh, that would be the best. One class I really don't like is Adele. I tend to agree with you. I was really happy when Adele was coming out when I first heard about it in KMS because it looked exactly like my kind of character. But then it ended up getting so popular and overplayed, I just kind of was turned off from it. And to this day, I still have never played one above level 120, so... Do I think class phobia is a real thing in GMS? It depends what you mean by class phobia. Do you mean people just, like, hating on classes because of their perceptions of the people who play that class? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, okay, yeah, okay, I see what you mean now. Weirdly, yeah, I do think that exists, but I think it's it's hard to say because I've never personally experienced it. I'm kind of in a unique situation because I am a content creator, so people in my guild really don't, and I tend to stick to guilds that are not full of dickheads. But I think anybody who acts like that towards people just because of a class is kind of, they're one of two things. They're either really elitist tryhards who are all about getting the best class compositions for their groups, for their boss runs, and will take no compromises. The kinds of people who will look at people in regular servers and be like scoff at them for their pay-to-win tendencies. So I think that's the first kind of person who is like that, and the second kind of person who is like that is someone who's just a fucking idiot. Not to say that those people who are really elitists, I don't consider them idiots. I mean, it depends on the person. But yeah, unfortunately, class phobia definitely exists. I think it's probably more prominent in certain social circles than others. It's kind of funny that you mentioned Demon Avenger because Mira was just talking in my Discord last night about how much she hates Demon Avengers. But the difference there is she doesn't hate the people who play the class or anything like that. She just hates the class itself insofar as playing it. She doesn't enjoy playing it. But, I mean, I highly doubt she's the kind of person who would exclude somebody for playing Demon Avenger. I would never do something like that. I think that's really fucking stupid. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much how. That's a much better way to put it. You know, even I have my class phobic tendencies, to be honest with you. I see a lot of Adels, and I'm just like, it's such an easy choice. Blah blah blah. But I don't know if I would actually stop somebody from joining my party based on their class choice. It would be easy for me to just be like, I would never do that. But honestly, I don't know if I would. I like to believe that I wouldn't, because that's kind of fucked. I've never been excluded from a group because of being a Mihile. But like I kind of mentioned earlier, being a content creator, people usually don't have any problem with me participating anyway. There's a lot of internal judgment. There's a lot of internal judgment when it comes to classes for me. But you know, I don't mind if there's like a Blaze Wizard in my party or something, or what's a like really low tier class? It's hard to say. There's not many classes that are like really bad. I would say like, oh well, I don't want a bishop in my party, but of course you want a bishop in your party. Yeah, that's the thing. People tend to look at like DPS charts and stuff and go so heavily based off of that, but in reality, I mean, there are tons of Demon Avengers out there who are stronger than a lot of the Adels or Night Lords that you see running around, because they're more progressed, they're farther in the game, they have better gear, and DPS charts are just perfect what-if scenarios meant to show a difference in class power given a certain set of a specific set of rules and guidelines and stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. People who do that, it's usually just elitists or dickheads, idiots, you know, the kind of people you probably don't want to interact with anyway. Yeah, that's the other thing. If people are really committed to their class, that means they probably really love the game and love their class, and will be like a better presence overall than the people who are just playing for the numbers or whatever. I'd rather have a passionate Demon Avenger in my party than a soulless, uncaring Night Lord who has more damage. Because they're just going to be more enjoyable to be around. So I guess at the end of the day, if I was making a group for like Black Mage or something, I would take the people who are dedicated the most to the game, who care the most about their class, you know, etc., over a certain specific group composition. But I would still obviously want a decent group composition if possible. There's a balance to be struck there, but yeah. Yeah, that's why I can't play Night Lord. The amount of time that I would have to put into that class to get good enough to like enjoy it is absurd. Their burst is so freaking good. But yeah, you know, generally you want to this is something I've learned from playing Mihile, but generally you want to focus more on surviving than doing damage. The way I see it, if you can run out that clock on the boss fight, then you're doing something right. I think that's a much, much better situation to be in than losing all your lives. Mech is an upper tier class, really? I haven't looked at any DPM charts lately. I know they're fucking super high tier when it comes to farming. My god. Oh, this has always been a thing in MapleStory. Yeah. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. I was not aware of that. Like I said, I don't know a lot about mech, because I just don't really care about that class. It's one of those classes that's just like, whatever. It's a class, it exists. I don't hate it, I don't really love it. But, yeah. This was a thing. This has been a thing for years. This has been a thing since MapleStory was created. Back before Big Bang, parties used to consist almost entirely of like Night Lords and Corsairs. And if you played like a Paladin or something, what else? What other classes were really bad? Mages, Ice Lightning, Fire Poison mages didn't do good damage in bosses, so they were only sought after for grinding. But yeah, this has always been a thing. It's human nature, I think. So it's pretty much always going to be a thing. I hate classes that share their iframe with their bind. That's one of the reasons I can't play Luminous. I mean, I could use Erda Nova, and it really wouldn't be any different than Mihile, I guess. So I don't know why. That's not really a valid complaint, is it? Ooh, reward points. Reward points. Cadena is a class I really wish I could get into. Yeah. Yeah, Kadena's kind of in a similar situation to Blaster, I think. Blaster has more tools that make their lives a little easier, and Kadena's are just like Omega Chads, in my opinion. You know, I don't even think I've seen very many Kadenas in Bera since I switched. Now that I think about it, I've seen a lot of like really low level ones below 200. Nah, dude, listen. I don't usually like to tell people what to do, but that guild sounds fucking stupid, and it sounds like it's full of idiots, so you should leave. That's my 2 cents on it. I would never stay in a guild with people like that. There are so many good guilds out there. Find yourself a good one. Not one with people who are going to discriminate because of class choice, which is so stupid. Yep. I feel like your experience seeing that Demon Avengel, you can hear my speech impediment there, that I try so hard to hide all the time. I think your experience with the that Demon Avenger getting bullied like that is not a very common one. I've been playing this game for a long time, and maybe it's just the people I tend to keep around, but I don't usually see situations like that. Usually if people are making fun of other people for their class choices, it's usually just like a, you know, friends poking fun at each other type of thing. I should probably be able to get this level this hour, actually. That should be pretty cool. $240. Then we can do dailies, do the Celis pre-quests. Alrighty, I'll see you later. Your grind, which involves placing down 20 summons. Good luck, good luck. Oh, yeah, I'm Maple Brain right now. Yeah, go get that shmoney. And then you too can get a fire starter ring. Oh, let's go. Von Leon. Fuck out of here. Yeah, Von Leon prequests kind of suck. I still have to do a lot of prequests on my Angelic Buster, but I'm doing them slowly over time so I don't like rush through them all at once and get burnt out or whatever. But Von Leon prequests have always been a pain in the ass. Congrats on getting those done. I remember doing the old Golix prequests. This was back when I was switching characters a lot. I did the Golix prequests like maybe 10 times. Oh my god, I hated it. I got so good at it though. It just took forever. Oh, burning stage 8. How about burning stage 10? Alright, let's use some more monster part potions and my last MVP. I should be able to get... I'll pretty easily get this level before this hour's over. And then we can see what the EXP jump will be like at 240. Because this is my highest level character ever. such a satisfying feeling, getting a big group of mobs with Royal Guard. Alright, dude. Yeah, the stream's gonna be ending soon-ish. I'm about to get some food and take a break. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you soon, whenever you decide to come back. No problem. I will help you out with Maple stuff as much as I possibly can. If you have any questions, I will do my best to answer them. No. Usually the newer in-game bosses are not very easily soloable. The people who can solo those bosses are very, very strong. So soloing those bosses it is possible, but we're talking like the top maybe 0.5% of players are able to like solo Black Mage, and that might even be an overstatement. The amount of stat, the amount of damage, the amount of knowledge of mechanics and skill that you have to have, all of that to solo the hardest bosses in the game. It's possible, but very few people can do it. So most people will just do parties because it's infinitely easier. There's a time where Rudibus, CRA, used to be end-game material, I think, and now we can solo that with ease. I mean, I can kill Rudibus I could do the whole thing in under 10 minutes, and I'm not even that strong. There will be a point in the future, definitely, where soloing Black Mage is not that big of a deal, but for now it is. It's just a natural progression of MMOs. And sometimes people like doing parties for bosses that they can't solo just because it's more enjoyable for them. Sometimes you see parties for CRA, even though a lot of people can solo it. It's just sometimes it's just people find that more fun to struggle, as they call it. Those are called struggle parties usually. Well, Hard Lotus and Hard Damien are really, really strong. Soloing Hard Lotus and Hard Damien is similar to soloing Black Mage in a lot of ways. It requires a lot of damage and a lot of stat to kill them. It just makes it a lot easier to actually do it when you can get a party. You know, the difficulty of bosses can be kind of arbitrary and confusing when you're not super familiar with them. Like, you know, you hear Chaos and you think that's like, oh, that's got to be the hardest difficulty, but then you hear Hard Lotus or whatever, and you're like, oh, that doesn't sound very difficult. We got Chaos bosses, but Hard Lotus and Hard Damien, those are two of the hardest bosses in the game right now. Hard Lotus, Hard Damien, Hard Lucid. I don't think. Right, and then there's the Chaos versions of Darknell and Gloom. So they're like the third tier down. If Black Mage is the top tier, Hard Lotus and Hard Lucid would be like the third tier down, I think. Yeah, Nexon is doing a lot to make bosses more like engaging and enjoyable. And the days of simple boss mechanics and one-shotting them, those are kind of over. I mean, there are plenty of bosses that can still be one-shot. I mean, if you watch a stream of like a Korean player who's really high level, has like 70k stat, you'll see them one-shot bosses, like, you'll see them one-shot CRA, you'll see them one-shot Chaos Papulatus, you know. You'll see them basically one-shot regular Lotus and Damien. But it's a matter of the current highest, like, damage that is available in the game. Previously, having 2 mil range was considered really good, and now you can see I have almost 7 mil range, and I'm only level 240. So it's just a natural progression of what is the best gear and what the highest damage you can do is and stuff like that. I hope these answers aren't too rambly. I tend to ramble a lot. I think Nexon's done a great job designing bosses as of late, and for a while now, actually. They've done a really good job of it. For at least the past, like, 5-6 years. So Hard Damien drops a there's a boss set for end game currently called the Pitched Boss set, and Hard Lotus and Hard Damien both drop one item from that set. Hard Lotus drops a face accessory called Berserked, and Hard Damien drops an eye accessory called Magic Eye Patch. Both of those are very rare drops from Hard Lotus and Hard Damien only. The normal versions do not drop them, and they are considered to be kind of best in slot at this point. So those are basically the best face and eye accessories you can get your hands on, which is why people will do it. If they already have those, you know, they'd be doing it for the Mesos, they'd be doing it to help clear for their friends who need help clearing, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, level 240. That's big. I don't actually know how parties deal with loot, to be honest with you. The only loot system I'm familiar with is from World of Warcraft, which would be DKP. So I'm guessing it's something similar to that. I wouldn't know. I haven't been a part of in-game parties before. If it's reg server and they are just trying to sell it for money, they'll just split the profits. But yeah, I'm sure most of the time there won't be all 6 people with a completed magic eye patch doing hard Damien. I'm sure if they have a completed magic eye patch, they're probably going to be soloing hard Damien. All right, the EXP jump puts me up to 381 billion experience required, which, you know, 60 bill an hour is what I get, basically, 60, 70 bill an hour. So that's about 5-6 hours of grinding for a level. That's still not that bad. I should be able to get to 250 within a couple weeks. No, not really. See, that's part of the reason why it's important to be in a good, like, trustworthy guild full of people who are, like, respectful, is so that you don't get your loot ninja'd like that. I don't think that's ever happened to me. But I tend to play this game solo anyway, so I don't really participate much in boss parties unless it's a really hard boss. Like, I would do a Black Mage party, but I probably won't do like a normal Damien party. Maybe not even a hard Damien party, to be honest with you. I wonder what rank this puts me at, because I know when I was 239, I think I was rank 13, Mihile? I'll have to check that later. How much do I think it costs? You know, that actually 2 trillion doesn't sound like a bad estimate. Like, if you're looking for the best of the best stuff, 2 trillion probably is not that far off from the actual cost. Okay, I am going to stop streaming for now because I need a break. I need to get some food, and I might be back later tonight. I don't know. I don't really have a stream schedule in mind at this point, so just kind of doing it whenever I'm doing it. Oh, 50% off ability resets? Oh, I might be spending a lot of money on inner abilities. Alright, well, good to know. Didn't realize that that was today. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.